I'm In with the ARCC is brought to you by StoredTech, your technology, our passion. And now, here's your host for I'm In with the ARCC, Amanda Blanton.
Welcome to I'm In with the ARCC. Thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Amanda Blanton, Vice President, Marketing and Communications for the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce. And today my guests are Matt and Joanne Reardon. They are the founders of the nonprofit No Empty Bowls. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for being here. So I did a little research before this because I understand what you do, and we're here to learn more about that. But according to the American Animal Hospital Association, pet food insecurity is on the rise. And I know the two of you know that. Yes. But I want to say it loud and clear to our listeners because it's often something we don't think about, right? We know that there are people who are struggling, right? Inflation, housing instability, wage stagnation, right? You know, a lot of people aren't getting the raises that they were expecting and the costs are going up. So we're always thinking about people, which is not wrong. Right. But a lot of people, including the people we know, myself, I'm sure you guys too, have furry friends at home, right?
Indeed.
That often get overlooked when it comes to food donations, clothing You know, we have all these wonderful organizations in this community that get these donations in and get them to the families that need them. But who's taking care of the pets?
We are.
Yes. So No Empty Bowls has appeared, and you guys were established back in 2024. February, right?
February, yes.
Okay, so embarking on your third year. So congrats on making it. I know you're making a huge impact, but I like to go rewind a little bit here to how and why you guys started this organization.
Right.
So tell us the story.
All right. I'm Joanne. I am the Director of Operations for No Empty Bowls. When we first gave birth to this idea. It was actually during the period of time that we were running a kitten rescue. We ran a kitten rescue for about 4 years. And then we decided we were going to close our doors. And when we did, we wanted to still have an impact, but try to figure out a way that we could move forward with something else. And I had always kind of wanted to run a pet food pantry. And so what we decided to do was close our doors on our kitten rescue and open the doors of No Empty Bowls. And that is how we just pivoted and transitioned right into our 501c3 pet food pantry.
I see. Okay, gosh, running a kitten rescue must be something.
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of heartache. We did see a number of pets surrendered to us that were due to financial reasons. And that was one of the things that drove us to be like, okay, what can we do to still make a difference? Because we wanted to make a difference for these animals that were being surrendered. Because they had loving homes. They had people who cried when they gave up their pets. And we wanted to be able to impact in a positive manner the way that these animals are being impacted and try to move through those difficulties with the people and get them through to the other side till they can stand on their own. Or some of them that they will never be able to stand on their own because they're seniors and fixed incomes and veterans who are disabled. We have a lot of varying clientele.
Absolutely. Matt, were you going to add something to that?
It's interesting. It sort of has a double impact because one of the things that we saw when we ran the kitten rescue was, like Joanne had said, if you can't feed yourself and you have a hard time feeding your pets, some of them were strays that we were picked up. You know, mom unfortunately made an untimely end and the kittens were left. But others were people that said, I can't take care of these animals. They were surrendering them. So what was happening was they're giving up their family friends, but then they're overloading shelters that were already stretched to capacity.
Yes, which we see often, and I'm sure you've heard about constantly over the years. It's, you know, please adopt, please adopt, please adopt, and there's just too many animals.
And we have many friends still in the rescue industry, and they are all overburdened. every one of them.
I believe it. I have a cat, and he was adopted twice before I got a hold of him. So, he's my favorite thing on the planet. So, but it's just sad, because that happens as well. Animals do get adopted and then have to be surrendered for whatever reason.
Well, and this is a prime example. You have a pet that is your everything. You imagine now if you were put into a position of you have no paycheck coming in, or you have very little paycheck coming in. What do?
Yeah.
You have to feed yourself.
Absolutely.
How do you feed that pet that is everything to you?
Yeah.
People don't want to give up their pets.
Yeah.
They don't. And they want to be able to provide for them. And when they can't, we do.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So,
The other interesting thing is, like, if you're receiving public assistance, you can't buy pet food.
no, you can't buy
So
pet
what ends
food
up
with
happening,
it.
you have a cat, you can buy tuna fish.
Right.
You give your cat tuna fish, you can't buy pet food.
Really?
Yes.
That's what we've been told.
I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
So they end up buying food that they would need, and they give it to their pets.
Yes. Yes. Which, will work for a little bit, but ideally it's not great to feed a cat tuna every day, or feeding your dog. I don't know, chicken and beef or hot dogs.
I've heard hot dogs a lot.
It's not the best.
It's cheap and it's easy.
Sure.
But it's not healthy.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Thank you for bringing that up, Matt, because that's something that I wasn't aware of, and perhaps a lot of our listeners aren't. So it seems like No Empty Bowls is kind of filling a niche, because I'm not aware of any other organizations that are specifically geared towards that.
We get that reaction a lot.
Yeah.
There's we work very closely with the Granville Food Pantry.
Okay.
They graciously let us use their parking lot for quite a long time.
Wonderful.
We only recently outgrew that, and we've moved across the street.
Okay.
But a lot of people are like, wow, food pantries are a great idea. I've never heard of a pet food pantry.
Right.
There's a few that are scattered around the country.
Okay.
There are a few rescue organizations that have food programs.
Sure.
As sort of like an adjunct.
Okay.
There are very few dedicated pet
Yeah.
food pantries where you can just go and get just pet food and pet supplies.
I agree. I've definitely seen it at some smaller family-owned pet stores where they will, encourage you to buy a little extra, and then they put it on a shelf, which is great.
Right.
That's great. But you guys are kind of actively working with individuals and families.
Yes, we are.
It's less of just come and get it. It's more of tell us about your situation.
About your situation, It's an outreach.
Okay.
It's true outreach
because
we deal with people who are shut in. We deal with people who have been low income their whole lives, and nobody's reached out to help them.
Okay.
And we have very grateful people who are our clientele.
Yeah.
And when it's outreach, it's doing more than just come and take it off the shelf.
Sure.
It's handing that bag of food over and say, here is your cat food for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
They get to know you, and they get to know, we have people show up 5 minutes before we arrive because they're waiting in line for us, and they're all very happy to be there and cheerful, and glad that we are here.
Absolutely.
And it's a real blessing for us to be part of that.
Sure.
And be part of that cycle for them.
Yeah.
We've had some tears when people come to pick up food.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Especially the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they were, we've had people who actually I'm not getting a paycheck. I just started a job. I'm not getting a paycheck for another 3 weeks. So how am I going to do this? And they show up and they cry and they give us a hug, and they're like, I didn't know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
And, and those are the people that we're here for. Those are the kind of situations that we are addressing that nobody else was addressing.
Yeah, I see that. And, for a lot of people, pets are family.
They are.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's not just another thing in the house.
No,
they
it's
are
not
family.
a piece of furniture.
Right.
You're not going to put it on the corner and say, come get my free couch.
It could be their world.
Right, it is. And sometimes it's the only thing they really have in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, we had one family that was literally homeless, living out of their car.
Oh, my goodness.
And they had their dog and a couple of cats, but they took their cats and their dog with them and lived in their car.
Yeah.
And every time they would come, they would be so thankful that they would have the food for their pets, because they would go to the food pantry and get food for themselves.
Sure.
Right.
And what little they were getting, they were going to have to split with their animals.
Right.
And so when we came into the scene, we were able to provide that bridge until they were able to move into some place and have, a more quote unquote normal life.
Sure.
But yeah, so we're a stopgap for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When SNAP benefits went away for a little while, we had one man who had chickens.
Right.
And he didn't know how he was going to feed his chickens.
Yeah.
And he reached out to us for not only his house pets, but his chickens. And we went out into the community and said, hey, anybody have any chicken feed that we could give this man? And Walker's Home and Tack reached out and said, here, come get some.
Yeah.
And we picked it up from them and we gave it to him. And it was just a great networking to be able to say, okay, we've got you covered.
Absolutely.
And he only needed it for that stopgap
for a little bit.
period.
Yeah.
And then just recently he gave us a donation.
Oh.
So he turned it back around.
That's wonderful.
And these, it's these kind of stories that we help people get back on their feet or just, tide them over until they can move forward.
Absolutely. And you really don't know what people are going through.
No, you don't.
Right? Truly.
No, you don't.
And for a lot of people, it's difficult to ask for help. I'm sure you've experienced this through the organization. Sometimes it's just hard to ask.
It is.
You don't realize the help is there.
Yeah.
I think people are afraid of being looked down upon.
Sure.
If you need help
The
and they're afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Stigma,
And especially like somebody who's a slightly older generation, they're used to toughing things out and doing it on their own.
I can do this.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you look at some of our recipients, some of these folks are, unfortunately, they're widowers, where maybe their spouse has passed away, and it's them and their pet.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So, I can understand, I sympathize with people that don't want to ask for help.
Absolutely.
And we do. We have people a lot of them go, I didn't want to ask. I don't want to be a bother.
Right. Or someone might need it more than me, so I'm not going to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're there for.
A lot of veterans have that attitude. No, somebody else needs it more.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. We have experienced that firsthand at the Chamber. That's why we started our Veterans Business Network.
Sure.
So, we realized there was a gap, and a lot of times, and even active service members don't know how or don't feel comfortable asking for help. So
Matt and I are both veterans, so we get that. We get that.
You understand it. Absolutely.
That takes a lot.
It would be nice if we didn't have to do what we do.
Sure.
But when you look at the numbers over the years,
unfortunately,
it's going in the other direction.
Absolutely.
And more people are asking for help.
Sure.
And I'm sure that if we had more food and more supplies, we could expand out what we do.
Yes.
And I hate the fact that we have to consider that. It would be nice to go, nope, everybody's good. There's enough food and for the cats and the dogs.
Yeah.
But I think the unfortunate reality is there's always going to be a need for food pantries. And there's going to be a need for pet food pantries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got your work cut out for you, but you guys are doing an amazing job.
We will grow with a smile.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we have to take a quick break. Okay, but we'll be right back.
All right.
I'm in with the ARCC.
Hi, my name is David Cohen. As a project engineer at StoreTech, I focus on upgrading and improving technology that businesses rely on to be efficient and eliminate boundaries to productivity. What's different about StoreTech is the dedication to their customers and down-to-earth approach to IT. Our only agenda is to make life easier for you and your employees and allow you to focus on what's important. It's a true pleasure to be a part of StoreTech. I leave work with a real sense of pride knowing I'm part of such a wonderful team of enthusiastic people with unmatched knowledge and experience. Call us today at 518-793-1111 and see how our team can elevate your business to the next level.
And now, back to I'm In with the ARCC. Here's your host, Amanda Blanton.
And we're back. Thanks again for tuning in to I'm In with the ARCC, sponsored by StoreTech, your technology, our passion. And I'm here with Matt and Joanne Reardon, the founders of No Empty Bowls. Again, you guys are doing amazing work, but the work will never be done.
That's right.
No, unfortunately not.
But that's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. So let's talk a little bit about your impact. Getting into your third year, you guys have heard a lot of stories. You've helped a lot of people. Do you have any stats on maybe how many people you've helped? Or
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great to hear.
In 2024, our average distribution week, we had 8 families a week.
Okay.
In 2025, that number jumped 250%.
Oh,
23 families a week.
wow. Okay.
We just did the data wrap up for the first couple of weeks of 2026.
Yeah.
We're averaging 40 families a week.
Okay.
So if you want to put that in terms of food numbers, in 2024 we gave out just under 5,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
2025, 11,000 pounds. Right now, our projection for 2026 is between 18,000
Wow.
and 24,000 pounds. That's 12 tons of food.
That's incredible.
If we get
Holy
no
moly.
new members.
Right.
So it's an average of 100 cats
Okay.
per meal per day, 53 dogs per day.
Wow.
We typically give away 176 pounds of cat food and 330 pounds of dog food every single week.
That
It's
is
packed by hand.
insane to me.
It is, and it's even more insane when you look at No Empty Bowls is basically run by 4 people.
Okay.
It's me and Joanne.
Yep.
Our adult daughter. She runs our
Ashley.
applications. Yep,
Yeah.
Ashley she's our applications manager.
Wow.
And our middle son, Tim is our inventory and distribution manager.
Okay.
So every single week we prep the sheets, we pack 400 to 500 pounds of food.
Sure.
And then 2 of us go out on Saturdays and we hand all that food out over the course of a half an hour at our distribution locations.
Well, I have to say, for 4 people, you guys are making a gigantic difference
Thank you.
in this
Thank you.
community. So,
Thank you.
kudos to you. That's a lot.
It is.
It is.
It's a scary number when you sit down to think about it.
Yeah.
And it's even more interesting when we don't buy a lot of food.
Right.
I mean, we try not to. We
Sure.
have a little cash reserve.
Yeah.
But that's where, you're always looking for more cash.
Absolutely.
Most of what we give away is donated.
Right.
Which
Either
is incredible.
people are buying and sending us food.
Uh-huh.
We work with some of the local retailers. If
Okay.
they've got food that's a damaged bag,
Right.
we can take that and repackage that and
Yes.
hand that out.
Okay,
Right.
good.
Food that's expired.
Yep.
It's not really expired.
Yeah, we
Those are
we have this conversation often, me and my
manufacturer
friends.
best
Yes. yes.
Yeah.
A hungry dog doesn't care if it's
Right.
a week past.
That's
They'll
it.
take that food.
Right.
So we repackage that. We give people 2 weeks worth of food every week.
Yeah.
And then we see them 2 weeks later and we stagger our distribution locations.
Okay.
So we see people twice a month.
Okay.
We see them twice a month in Granville, and then
Yep.
we see them twice a month in our other pickup location in Fort Edward.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have really fine-tuned this process, which is great to hear. There's certainly misconceptions about some nonprofit organizations. I don't think locally, but on a larger national scale, about misappropriation of
Sure.
funds
Oh,
and
yeah.
things. But you guys sound like you're doing absolutely everything possible to minimalize, margins and be
Yes.
responsible
Yeah.
with your donation collection.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have thought of
Absolutely.
everything.
It
Yeah,
would
we
be
don't.
nice-
We don't. We thought through everything
Yeah.
really early on in the process.
That's great.
We even have a formula that we use to give out food to make sure that we don't have a lot of food waste going out the door.
Awesome.
My son Tim takes care of all of the packing of the food himself, and he does it in packages that are easy to handle, so that we can hand them out the door quickly. We are all volunteer at this point. Nobody gets paid for doing this. So any funds that come to us are reserved specifically for buying food or purchasing things that the food pantry needs, like
Yep.
the bags. And
Right.
we were able to buy a van just after the Jubilee this past year.
Okay, great.
We were able to buy a van, so now we have a delivery vehicle, so we
Yeah,
can
that's
actually,
helpful.
yeah, we
We
can.
rapidly outgrew our vehicle.
Right,
I can see that,
right.
yeah.
But long term,
But no, our finances are very tight. We
Sure.
don't. I mean, we never have an abundance of money,
Yeah.
but we make every penny count.
That's great. That's
So-
good to hear.
long term, we have to move away from an all volunteer model.
Sure.
We need to be able to pay. I mean, I would love to be able to pay my inventory manager even a small stipend.
Absolutely.
I'd like to be able to pay my applications manager a small stipend.
Yeah.
Right.
Joanne's the heart and soul of the operation. I'd like to be able to pay her a little bit.
Sure.
Nobody's ever going to get rich and retire doing this.
No.
Right.
But if we can get to the point where we've got a decent cash reserve for food,
Yep.
or just if somebody's struggling with a pet need,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
they can't get help anywhere else, I would love a small medical assistance.
Right, that
fund.
you guys
Yeah,
can step
eventually
in.
we
Yeah.
want a vet fund for emergency vet
I
services.
love that.
so
that's
that
another
we can
need
help.
in the
It is.
community that we
Yeah.
don't think about often. Yeah. Okay.
That's
wonderful.
a long-term stretch goal,
Absolutely.
to eventually have that
I love
for
that.
Washington Warren County residents.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Available. So
Well, keep up the great work. You guys are doing
Thank you.
awesome, and you've got great plans. And again, responsibility is huge. So let's talk a bit about the actual fundraising, right? As you mentioned, donations of food are great, but money is good too, and you need it. Yes,
both are very needed. Very
Yes.
needed. We just completed our Spare Some Love event, which was a bowling event at the Kingpin Alley.
Yeah, fun.
And that was a lot of fun. We had a great time. And coming up, we have the South High Marathon Dance has
great.
chosen us as recipients.
Congrats. That's
Thank you.
huge.
It's
that
huge.
is huge.
That was so exciting. We're very excited about that. And that is in March. That will be March 6th into 7th.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
are really looking forward to attending our first marathon dance.
That's so cool.
That's going to be so much fun. I think it's Under the Sea is the theme. Oh, cool. It's so fun. And then we've also, from our very first year, we have partnered with Petapalooza, Curtis Lumber's Petapalooza.
Nice.
They run a community food drive for us every year.
Wonderful. Oh.
So this year we are again partnering with them, and the Petapalooza is on the 20th of June, and we will be there.
Great.
Likely our whole family will be there,
Yep.
and we will be taking in food donations and monetary donations at the event.
Awesome.
So come on out and see us.
That's
We'll also have a
great.
mermaid.
Oh, cool.
We have a mermaid for taking pictures with.
I love that.
So-
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
lot of fun.
great.
And then the big one, of course, we're prepping for now, even though it's
Yeah.
November, is the Jubilee.
Yes, our
second
fairy tale
annual
jubilee.
Yes,
our
so-
fairy tale jubilee is our dream event.
That
And
looked awesome. I saw the picture. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
no,
but
it's
I was
okay.
like, oh, I'm sad to have missed this.
Oh,
So,
you should come
this year.
next
Yeah.
year.
This
It's coming
year
here.
will be bigger. Last year we had a variety of talented performers.
Yeah.
We had 80K Rack's belly dance troupe.
Yep.
Santa Nick was there.
Awesome.
We had Aya.
Oh yeah, Aya.
Aya.
Sorry. So not only do we have Santa this year,
Yeah.
we have Krampus coming this year.
Krampus is going to be there.
Oh,
And
that'll be a hit.
2 mermaids
Yep.
for photo ops.
Wonderful.
And then, of course, Madame Malarkey will be there again. She's a lot of fun.
Telling the best, worst fortunes ever.
Yes,
Great.
Exactly. Yes. She is she's great.
I love this because you guys kind of took a typical gala event and
Yeah.
made it twist on it.
Yeah, it's-
and just made it more interesting and unique.
It's a masquerade.
Yeah,
So and
yeah.
I was so pleased with the turnout last year
Yeah.
and the fact that everybody was in costume.
Sure,
It was just
absolutely.
great. It was fantastic. I think we even had somebody dressed up as an ape, which was hysterical. I think it was an ape in a pilot's uniform or
I
something. It was
love
awesome. It was a lot of fun, and we are looking so forward to this year. We've
That's
already
great.
got an event page on our Facebook, and
Awesome.
we've got an Eventbrite page set up ready to go for ticket sales starting July 1st. Be there or miss.
Yes, I know.
We sold out last year.
We
Yeah.
sold out
we
last
expect
year.
to sell out this year.
Good.
And then we
Good.
expect to sell out very quickly this year because
wonderful.
everybody who went last year was asking us to do it again
Yes.
this year.
And then there's people like me that missed it.
that
and
are like wanting to
dying
go,
get in.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah, the big planning right now is part of the effort was getting corporate sponsorship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can help underwrite the cost of the event.
right.
Absolutely, which is 100% understandable. All
Yeah.
nonprofits are looking for that.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely need to. We're going to be doing reach out to
Sure.
a lot of corporations in the area,
Great.
a lot of businesses
Yeah.
in the area, to see if we can, find those corporate sponsors
Yeah.
who want to be involved in this event.
Absolutely.
And we have some little bennies if they want them. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. I love that. I love that. We are already nearing the end of the show. I'm so sorry, guys. I
My
know it went
gosh,
by so
so
fast.
fast, so fast.
But what I want to give you is an opportunity to tell us, the community, how we can help support you if we want to make food,
Okay.
pet food donations or monetary donations. How can we do that?
You can visit our website. We have a donations page on our website that tells you various ways that you can donate through Venmo, Zeffy. Zeffy is our main account that it sends out our tax receipts and everything once you've made a donation. We do PayPal, we do Venmo. If you want to donate food donations, you can either contact us directly with the phone number listed on the site or an email, info@noemptybowls.org. And you can reach out to us directly, even through Messenger on Facebook, if you have a donation you want to give us. We can usually meet local people very quickly.
Excellent.
We have a Chewy wish list.
Oh, good. Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, so people can send directly from our Chewy account too. So,
wonderful.
There are various ways to donate.
Sure.
So
you guys thought of it
So
all.
if somebody wants to make a donation, we'll figure out a way to make it.
That's
Thank
right.
you. It's funny you say that, because every nonprofit on this show is like, we don't care, just get a hold of us.
We'll figure out a way to make it work.
Figure it out.
Right.
And I'm going to ask maybe an ignorant question, but I know you deal with pet food.
Yeah.
But what about other items like kitty litter?
Oh, yeah.
We never have enough kitty litter.
Okay,
right.
so you'll accept donations
Yes,
of those
we will.
items as well.
Predominantly, it's cat food and dog food. Like Joanne said, chickens. We've had rats, rabbits, birds.
Okay.
We get donations of supplies that we'll have. So if you come to me and say, "Hey, do you have a dog jacket, or do you have a collar?"
Yeah.
Flea and tick collars.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Spring is coming,
Right.
and any
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
gonna be very
flea and
much
tick
needed.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
if we don't use it, we're also connected to other rescues in the area.
Gotcha.
So we don't necessarily need blankets and towels and bedding.
Got it.
We know other rescues that do.
do,
So
yeah,
if they've got
okay.
extra food, they'll call us. And
Yep.
if we've got bedding and stuff, we'll take that to them as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So if it's a pet-related item, we will take it. We can get it to the right people.
Okay,
Right.
good. Glad to hear that. I'm just going to put this out there to our listeners, because this is something I practice. Anytime I see something on sale and I don't need it, I always consider, is there an organization that might need this?
Good
Because
idea.
it's on sale.
Yeah.
Get it, donate it.
There
It
you
happens
go.
at pet food stores too, right? Things go on sale, kitty litter goes on sale, whatever it is.
Right.
If you have the means to grab it and donate it, do it.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
all I'm
great
going to
idea.
say.
Yeah. Yeah, kitty litter is a big one for us. When
Yeah.
people need it, but we don't have it
Right.
usually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and when we do, they are rejoicing. They are very happy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I get it.
If
As a cat person,
somebody would like to be the 2026 cat litter sponsor for No Empty Bowls.
That's great.
definitely
You'll
interested in
take
talking
it.
about
We'll take it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Matt, Joanne. I appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your story as well as all those that you have impacted. I mean, this is huge what you all are doing, and your children as well. So thank you.
Thanks again
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
here.
And we wish you all the best in 2026.
Okay.
And follow, I encourage you listeners, follow them on Facebook. You guys do great posts. There's a lot of impactful stories on there, and of course, ways to donate. So.
All right.
Awesome. All right. And that's all the time we have for today on I'm In with the ARCC. Be sure to tune in next week.